So couldn't really record in my usual spot, but still kind of got good lighting. So hey everybody, Crystal here. Just y'all see me look to the side because I'm looking at myself in the screen to make sure I'm all right. So yep, last videos you probably saw I had my short hair. Today is a hat day. Usually when I don't go anywhere, um, today I was home with the kids today, so I did not curl my short hair today because I try to avoid the heat on my hair as much as possible. You moms know how that is, and just some days you don't feel like doing your hair because you're home. So I got up and I worked out this morning and worked on some things and just never got around to curling my hair because, like I said, curling short hair is something. Now, we can go on to say something else. Like a part of my glow up, I had told myself that I was going to make sure, even if I'm going to be home all day, that I would still get myself together. But no, not today. I was looking a hot mess today. So avoided the heat today, did not curl my hair today, and now I'm about to head out for church. So, trying to make sure I get some good lighting here, but I wanted to talk today. I did a video Sunday, wow, Sunday. I recorded two videos on Sunday, so I'll have one to post on Sunday and one to post on Monday. So today is Wednesday, June 28th. June is almost over. Like Friday, June will be over, and we will officially be in the second half of the year. And just some awareness about my journey to mompreneurship, my journey to a glow up. I'm really learning that it's a process, that everything is a process, and you really have to take everything a day at a time. Like, I'm really learning that, to be patient, to remain humble, and just pay attention while I'm going through the process. The ups, the downs, like this is the toughest part starting out. Just being aware and making sure I don't get myself in a place where I get down or feel lonely or just things like that. Because, like, right now, I don't really have any friends. I don't really have any, like, a group of women that I can get with and chat with and do that. So I'm working on that. I don't really like my husband, it's just me and him. And I'm realizing that as I glow up and as I go through this journey, like, it's not good for it to be just me and my husband. Like, we both need people around us that are aspiring and aspiring to do the same things and pursuing the same things, just like-minded people. But as far as us two together every day, not saying that it's bad as a married couple, but you need other people. Like, it's interesting because I was just watching Grant Cardone, and if you don't know who he is, you should definitely look him up. He's up there with Gary Vee and Ty Lopez and those great millionaire people who are teaching you how to get rich and be wealthy. I watched him and his wife, I think it's Elena Cardone, and she was talking about using people and how you need people. You can't be a solopreneur. You can't do things by yourself or you will burn yourself out. And that's where you get overwhelmed. You get down, you get depressed, you stop, you procrastinate because you're trying to do everything on your own. So she was talking about how her and her husband, like, she used other people to get things done. Don't always try to depend on yourself. Thank you, Lord. Because it also goes to show, like, how we leave God out of the situation and we try to depend on ourselves. Lean not on thine own understanding. Just read that verse, I think, yesterday, or I wrote it down this morning. But you can't, when you get in a place where you want to be solo and do everything on your own and try to act like you don't need anybody, that's where the journey gets hard. And I guess for me, it's by choice because I'm writing a book. that I actually started back in October last year. And I don't want to say anything about it yet, but I'm going to finish it tomorrow morning, hopefully. But I was writing a section in there about being created in God's image and how God created us, how He created us mentally to be free in our minds, and we have the freedom to choose what we want to do. And if you choose to depend on yourself and not Him, then everything is going to go haywire. And I guess it's by choice that I don't have a group of friends. I don't have any people around me or anybody that I can call for advice or mentoring, or it's by choice. Like some people will say it's my circumstances, it's this, it's that, but it's not. Everything is by choice. So even if your circumstances are horrible, it's all by choice. And that's the hard part. That's what I'm dealing with right now, because where I am right now, my life was by choice. But all this time I was blaming it on my environment and who I'm around and my circumstances and why am I always broke, and it's by choice. But now as I pursue my relationship with Christ, I'm trying to make sure that I don't depend on myself anymore. I'm trying to make sure that I don't try to do everything on my own, that I act at the right time, I do things at the right time. I'm trying to make sure. And back to the thing where Elena Cardone was saying, she says when she notices that her and her husband are like getting at each other's necks, it's because he doesn't have, like, her husband is not focusing on his purpose. So she will set big goals for him or encourage him and support him with his goals, his big goals, so he can be directed out, like away from her. All she is a support system, but she's not there for him to come and put his frustrations on and let everything out. So she says she sets big goals for him, or helps him to set big goals, so his focus is out and not in. Because if you don't have that in a marriage, if you don't have individual goals that you're trying to pursue and your husband don't, then I guess that's true that you will be at each other's necks. And that's interesting because that's what me and my husband is going through right now. This is so interesting, y'all. This journey is so eye-opening for me right now. Even right now as I'm talking, I feel a little bit of frustration. But that's why I'm talking it out right now in this video, because the whole topic for this... Oh, now it works. So my video got cut off. But I was saying that the topic of this video was going to be eliminating the distractions. I hope I'm not covering the sound on this, but eliminating the distractions, or getting rid of the distractions. And I guess that would be a distraction. What I'm going through in my marriage. Like, for instance, I decided to log out of Facebook and take it off of my phone, the app off my phone and off my iPad, and just to have no access to Facebook at all, because I realized when I got on Facebook, there was a lot of noise for me. So when I say noise, I mean just Facebook is so messy to me and unorganized right now. Like, until I learn how to use Facebook properly for my journey, it was just best for me to not be on there, because there's so much distraction and there's so much talking, and I like the visuals. So I'm deciding that I'll be on Instagram more, and not on Facebook. Facebook just, I guess because of what I'm pursuing, and there's so much opportunity, this and ads and video. It's just so much stuff. I just feel this is something I should have done a long time ago, was take a break from Facebook. And I finally decided to do it. And I actually feel a little peace. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out on nothing. I just feel like until I feel like the time is right to go back on Facebook. I don't feel like I'm going to miss out on anything. Even though, as far as my journey in business, all of the people that I know is on Facebook, and all the people that know me personally is on Facebook. But if I'm posting, it's about being consistent, because I know that when you start out, business is not going to just be coming right in. Like, it's not going to be that way. But it's just, I've also noticed that the people that I'm friends with on Facebook, they're not aspiring to do anything better with their lives. It's just gossip and the same old things every day. So that was some noise that I had to eliminate from my life right now to get some peace, to hear clearer, to be able to focus on other things. And then also I found that I was spending a lot of time on Facebook. I was spending a lot of time on Facebook looking and reading all the noise on Facebook. So, yep, I decided to take a break from that. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I feel like I needed to do that so I can have more time doing other things. So, it's always good as an entrepreneur, even as a mom, just in motherhood, because you start to compare. And because easy access has become a thing today for society, it causes so much other problems in life. It causes so much other problems in life. And for me, it was causing problems for me. So I decided to just get off. So if you're a mom and you're like me, just going through motherhood and just trying to pick up all the pieces, learn to eliminate things and get over the fact that you feel like you're going to be missing out on something if you don't do it for a while. Because the reason I didn't do it the first time was because I felt like I was going to miss out on something. And I didn't. So it's required. It's required to eliminate distractions. It's required to eliminate noise. So whatever is around you that is making a lot of noise and it's not peaceful, you have to come to terms with the fact that you have to let it go. Forever or temporarily. So for me, for Facebook, I'm not going to go back on Facebook until I feel like I can handle being on Facebook. I'm not going to go back on Facebook until I feel like I have a plan for the reason I'm using Facebook. I'm not going to use Facebook just to go in there and scroll and see what everybody's doing here, whatever, all the craziness. That's what it was. So that's my journey for the past 2 days. I try to talk to my husband about it, how I feel, but we are picking up the pieces in our marriage. So, I'm learning to remain humble when it comes to talking to him. So that's why it's one of my tasks right now, and my goals is to just find somebody that I can talk to, and that is there for me to call when I need some girl talk or some guidance or some wisdom. Or another one of my goals is to find a mentor, since we're about to go into the month of July. I'm going to find a mentor, and I'm going to get a group of girls together, preferably moms, but moms that are striving to do the same thing. So speaking of Facebook, though, there's a lot of great groups on Facebook, but then again, that causes a lot of noise as well, and I have to break that down because I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook. And you don't necessarily have to be logged in on Facebook app to access the groups, because they have an app specifically for the Facebook groups. So there's some groups that I'm in that that I do get into and tap into a little bit, and I think I'm going to start doing that more. But yeah, I don't want to keep going on and on because I'm about to get ready to go to church, which I need so much right now, some just spiritual and stuff, and be with my church family. So that's my rant, my frustrations. I know you guys hear the kids. Just eliminating the noise. So be aware, pay attention, and listen. Listen to your mind, listen to your heart, listen to your soul, listen to your body. Because when you're not seeking peace, you have to kind of recognize where it's coming from. And like I said, Facebook was doing that for me. When I get on Facebook, I felt more frustrated on Facebook than I felt peace. And I know through this journey, you're not always going to have peace in your life, but I'm pursuing it, and I had to cut it out for a little bit. So, yeah. I think that was it, though. That was all that I wanted to talk about, you guys. Yep. So follow me on Instagram at the Mommy Glow Up. Remember to affirm yourself, and remember to glow, and remember to do what makes you happy. This is a journey, y'all. This is a process. But I have to fight, because all the other times that I find myself here, I would just give up.